Okay, so get this right. Imagine like a world where pain relief, it doesn't always come from a pill bottle,
Yeah.
but from something like simple and as beautiful as nature.
Hmm.
What if even just looking at nature, even like virtually,
Right.
could help ease pain?
Interesting.
Well, that's what we're exploring today on this deep dive.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're diving deep into a study from Nature Communications.
Okay.
It was also covered by Neuroscience News
Uh-huh.
that suggests that just viewing nature scenes,
Hmm.
particularly through virtual reality,
Okay.
can actually reduce how our brains register pain.
You know what I think is so compelling about this research is that it's not just wishful thinking, you know?
Right.
It's like based on real science,
Yeah.
measurable changes in like how the brain itself processes pain signals.
So it's like finally understanding the why
Yeah.
behind something we've always sort of known, right?
Yeah.
Like intuitively, most of us feel a sense of calm when we're out in nature, right?
We do, absolutely.
It's like a reset button for the mind and body.
Yeah. And there's a study from way back in 1984
Okay.
that really illustrates this point.
Okay.
There was this researcher named Roger Ulrich,
Mm-hmm.
and he found that hospital patients that had views of nature from their windows recovered faster after surgery
Wow, really?
and needed less pain medication.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
So this new study is kind of picking up where that one left off
Right.
and taking it even further by actually trying to understand what's happening
Exactly.
in the brain.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit more about how this study was actually done?
Yeah, of course.
I'm curious.
So in this study, researchers in Austria, they had 49 participants experience small electric shocks
Oh, okay.
while they were inside an fMRI scanner.
Oh, wow.
Not the most relaxing spa day, you know?
No, not at all.
But here's the interesting part.
Okay.
While they were getting these shocks,
Uh-huh.
they were shown different scenes. Some saw these peaceful nature scenes. Others saw busy cityscapes.
Oh, okay.
And others were shown just a pretty standard office environment.
So it's like they're trying to see if what people were looking at
Yes.
while they were getting those little zaps of pain
Exactly.
had any effect on how they experienced it?
Exactly.
Oh,
And they weren't just relying on what people said about their pain levels either.
right.
The fMRI scanner allowed them to observe how the participants' brains
Wow.
were actually responding.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And what did they find? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, consistently,
Okay.
people reported feeling less pain when they were looking at those nature scenes.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
The brain scans revealed a significant decrease in activity in the areas of the brain that are known to be involved in processing pain.
So it's not just that people were like, oh, I'm looking at something pleasant.
Yeah,
So I'm just telling myself I feel better.
Right.
It's like their brain was actually registering less pain.
Precisely. That's what makes this research so compelling.
Yeah.
It's showing us a tangible neurological effect.
That's huge.
It is?
But couldn't this just be the placebo effect?
Sure.
Like maybe people just expected nature to be soothing
Yeah.
and their brains just convinced themselves they were feeling less pain?
That's a great question, and it's something the researchers considered very carefully
Okay.
to address that possibility.
Yeah.
They used some pretty sophisticated technology,
Okay.
machine learning algorithms.
Okay, hold on. Now, for those of us who aren't neuroscientists,
Yeah.
can you break down what machine learning is
Sure.
and how it helps us understand this study?
Sure. Think of machine learning as a way for computers to find patterns in massive amounts of data.
Okay.
In this case, the computer analyzed the fMRI scans
Uh-huh.
and was able to distinguish between a change in emotional perception of pain
Okay.
and a change in the raw sensory signals of pain.
So the computer was able to look at the brain activity and say, okay, is this person just thinking about the pain differently?
Yeah.
Or is their brain actually receiving fewer pain signals in the first place?
Precisely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
So what did the machine learning analysis show?
Well, it confirmed that there was a reduction in those raw sensory signals related to pain when people viewed nature scenes.
So it's like their brains were actually being bombarded with less pain information,
Yes.
not just interpreting it differently.
That's right.
Wow, that's huge. So it's like nature has this hidden ability
Yeah.
to act as a sort of natural painkiller.
Right.
It's not just a distraction. It's actually changing how our brains perceive pain on a fundamental level.
It really is, yeah.
That's incredible. What are some of the potential implications of these findings?
Well, This research opens up a lot of exciting possibilities,
Okay.
especially when it comes to pain management.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing, it suggests that virtual reality could be a really valuable tool.
Virtual reality
Yeah.
as a painkiller?
Yeah.
That sounds straight out of science fiction.
It might sound futuristic,
Yeah.
but it's becoming more and more within reach.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Virtual reality could provide a safe,
Okay.
non-invasive,
Yeah.
and readily accessible way
Oh.
to tap into nature's pain-relieving effects.
So instead of popping a pill,
Yeah.
you could slip on a VR headset
That's right.
and be transported to like a serene forest or a tranquil beach.
Exactly. And one of the most exciting aspects of this
Hmm.
is the accessibility it offers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to live near a national park
Right.
or even be physically able
Yeah.
to go for a walk in the woods to experience these benefits.
That's so important, especially for people who might be bedridden or have mobility issues or live in urban areas where access to nature is so limited.
Absolutely.
It could be a game changer for them.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
absolutely. And imagine the potential
Yeah.
for personalized VR experiences.
Yeah.
We could tailor the virtual environments to individual preferences, like a snowy mountain vista for one person,
Whoa.
a lush rainforest for another.
I love that. I can see it now. Like you walk into your doctor's office
Yeah.
and instead of a waiting room filled with magazines,
Right.
there's a VR station where you can choose your own
I love that.
soothing nature escape
That's great.
before you even go in.
And we could even explore
Yeah.
whether different types of nature scenes
Right.
have different effects on the brain.
Right.
Like, could a calming ocean scene be more effective for certain types of pain,
Okay.
while a vibrant forest might be better for others?
That's fascinating.
It is.
There's so many questions.
There really is.
There's so much potential for research in this area.
There is. This study is just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Wow.
It focused on visual stimuli.
Yeah.
But what about the other senses?
Hmm.
Could these sounds of nature, like birdsong, rustling leaves, crashing waves, also play a role in pain perception?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I know I always feel more relaxed when I can hear those kinds of sounds.
Uh-huh.
It's like they transport you to a different place.
And then there's the sense of touch and smell.
Right.
Imagine a VR nature experience
Hmm.
that incorporates aromatherapy
Oh, wow.
or even tactile elements that simulate the feeling of grass under your feet or a gentle breeze on your skin.
Wow, that would be incredible, like a full sensory immersion in nature.
Yeah.
It seems like that could be a really powerful tool.
It does. It does.
Like pain management.
It really does open up a whole new dimension to pain relief.
Yeah.
This isn't just about masking pain with medication.
Right.
It's about using technology and our understanding of the brain
Mm-hmm.
to change how we experience pain on a fundamental level.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
This research is so exciting, not just for its findings, but for all the doors it opens to new ways of thinking about how we interact with the natural world and how we can harness its power for our well-being.
You know, it's interesting to think about how humans have intuitively known for centuries
Right.
that nature is good for us.
Yeah.
But now with this kind of research,
Yeah.
we're finally starting to understand the science behind it.
Right. We're seeing that tangible evidence
That's right.
of how nature affects our brains and bodies.
Exactly. And with that scientific understanding
Yeah.
comes the ability to translate that wisdom into practical tools and therapies that can make a real difference in people's lives.
This is where it gets really exciting.
It is,
taking this fascinating research
Yeah,
and turning it into something that's like readily available and
Right.
accessible to everyone who needs it.
absolutely.
It makes you wonder, like, what other hidden mechanisms and healing properties are just waiting to be discovered within the natural world.
It's a truly awe-inspiring thought.
is.
And speaking of awe-inspiring, this research also highlights a much broader point. While virtual reality holds a lot of promise,
Yeah.
it's crucial to remember the importance of real-world experiences in nature.
That's a great point. As amazing as VR is,
Yes.
it can't fully replace the feeling of sunshine on your skin
Right.
or the smell of pine needles in the forest.
Exactly. This research underscores the vital need
Mhm.
to protect our natural environments
Yes.
and ensure that everyone has access
Right.
to nature's incredible benefits.
It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest things, like taking a walk in the park
Yes.
or listening to the birds sing, can have a profound impact on our well-being.
They really can.
And a reminder that nature isn't just a luxury.
Yeah.
It's essential.
Well said.
It's about recognizing the deep connection we have with the natural world.
Yeah.
A connection that's like woven into our very being.
It is.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
Yeah, it has.
It feels like we've only just begun to explore the depths
Uh-huh.
of this connection between nature and our brains.
Yeah, it's like we're standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted forest,
Mm.
filled with potential discoveries.
Yeah.
And this study is like our first step into the wilderness.
Wow.
It's giving us a glimpse of the incredible complexity
Right.
and power of nature
Hmm.
and its ability to influence our well-being
Yeah.
in ways we're only beginning to understand.
And to think we carry this innate connection to nature within us,
We do.
encoded in our very DNA.
Yeah.
It's a legacy that stretches back millions of years to our ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
who lived in such close harmony with the natural world.
Right.
And yet, in our modern lives, so many of us are disconnected from that primal source of
Yeah.
healing and balance.
We're glued to our screens, living in concrete jungles and missing out on the incredible restorative power of the natural world.
This research serves as a powerful reminder of what we've lost
It does.
and what we stand to gain by reconnecting with nature.
It is. It's a call to action,
Yeah.
to prioritize access to nature,
Yeah.
to preserve and protect our wild spaces, and to integrate nature into our daily lives
Yeah.
in meaningful ways.
Whether it's a walk in the park or a weekend camping trip or even just like bringing a few plants into our homes.
Right.
Every step we take towards nature is a step towards better health and well-being.
Absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, as we delve deeper into this fascinating realm of nature's influence on our brains,
Yeah.
we'll unlock even more secrets
Yeah.
to pain management and beyond.
Imagine a future where nature isn't just a nice to have,
Right.
but a fundamental part of our healthcare system.
It would be amazing.
A world where virtual nature experiences are readily available to anyone who needs them,
Uh-huh.
where hospitals are designed with green spaces and natural light, and where doctors prescribe time in nature as
Cool.
part of a holistic treatment plan.
I love it.
It's a vision worth striving for.
It is.
And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I think the key takeaway for our listener is this. Nature isn't just a pretty backdrop.
Right.
It's a powerful force
It is.
that has a profound impact
Yeah,
on our brains and bodies.
for sure.
And by tapping into that power, whether through real-life experiences or even virtual ones,
Yeah.
we can unlock a whole new world of possibilities
Yeah,
for healing, well-being, and human flourishing.
that's right.
So to our listener, we leave you with this. What small step can you take today to reconnect with nature?
Whether it's a few minutes of mindful breathing in the fresh air, a virtual nature escape, or a commitment to spending more time outdoors,
Yeah.
make that connection. Your brain will thank you.
It will.
And who knows what other wonders await us
Right.
as we continue to explore the mysteries of nature's pharmacy.
It's exciting to think about.
It is.
All right, well, let's take a quick break, and we'll
Yeah.
be right back to dive into even more fascinating details about this study
Sounds good. Yeah, it could really revolutionize how we approach pain management.
and potentially so much more.
It really does.
It makes you wonder what other hidden mechanisms and healing properties are just waiting to be discovered
Right.
within the natural world.
It's a truly awe-inspiring thought.
It is, and speaking of awe-inspiring,
Yeah.
this research also highlights a much broader point.
Okay.
While virtual reality holds a lot of promise,
Yes.
it's crucial to remember the importance of those real-world experiences in nature.
Absolutely.
As amazing as VR is,
Yeah.
it can't fully replace the feeling of sunshine on your skin
It can.
or the smell of pine needles in the forest,
That's right.
And this research really underscores that vital need
It does.
to protect our natural environments
Yes.
and ensure that everyone has access to those incredible benefits.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest things, like taking a walk in the park
Yeah.
or listening to the birds sing, can have a profound impact on our well-being.
Absolutely. They really can.
It's a reminder that nature isn't just a luxury, it's essential.
It is. Well said.
It's about recognizing that deep connection we have with the natural world,
I agree.
a connection that's woven into our very being.
It is, for sure.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
It has.
It feels like we've only just begun to explore the depths of this connection
Yeah.
between nature and our brains.
It's like we're standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted forest,
Right.
filled with potential discoveries.
Yeah.
And this study is like our first step into the wilderness.
It's giving us a glimpse of the incredible complexity and power of nature and its ability to influence our well-being in ways we're only beginning to understand.
And to think like we carry this innate connection to nature within us,
We do.
encoded in our very DNA.
A legacy that stretches back millions of years to our ancestors who lived in such close harmony with the natural world.
Exactly.
And yet, in our modern lives,
Yeah.
so many of us are disconnected from that primal source
I know.
of healing and balance.
I agree. We're glued to our screens, living in concrete jungles,
Right.
and missing out on the incredible restorative power of the natural world.
This research serves as a powerful reminder of what we've lost and
Absolutely.
what we stand to gain
Patty,
by reconnecting with nature.
it does. It's a call to action,
It is.
to prioritize access to nature,
Yeah.
to preserve and protect our wild spaces,
Right.
and to integrate nature into our daily lives in meaningful ways.
Whether it's a walk in the park,
Yeah,
a weekend camping trip, or even just bringing a few plants into our homes.
exactly.
Every step we take towards nature is a step towards better health and well-being.
It is. And maybe,
Oh.
just maybe as we delve deeper into this fascinating realm of nature's influence on our brains,
Right.
we'll unlock even more secrets to pain management and beyond.
Imagine a future where nature isn't just a nice to have,
I know.
but a fundamental part of our healthcare system.
That would be amazing.
A world where virtual nature experiences are readily available to anyone who needs them. Where hospitals are designed with green spaces and natural light, and where doctors prescribe time in nature as part of a holistic treatment plan.
I love it.
It's a vision worth striving for.
Absolutely.
And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I think the key takeaway for our listener is this.
Yeah,
Nature isn't just a pretty backdrop. It's a powerful force
it is.
that has a profound impact on our brains and bodies.
Sure.
And by tapping into that power,
Yeah.
whether through real-life experiences or
Right.
even virtual ones,
Right?
we can unlock a whole new world of possibilities for healing, well-being, and human flourishing.
That's right.
So to our listener, we leave you with this.
Okay.
What small step can you take today to reconnect with nature?
Whether it's a few minutes of mindful breathing in the fresh air, a virtual nature escape, or a commitment to spending more time outdoors, make that connection.
Yeah.
Your brain will thank you.
It will.
And who knows what other wonders await us as we continue to explore the mysteries of nature's pharmacy.
It's exciting to think about.
It is.
All right, let's go a little bit deeper,
Oh.
into some of the specifics of this study.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it really is amazing to consider how something as simple as spending time in nature can have such a profound impact on our well-being.
It really makes you wonder what other secrets nature holds.
Right, like we've talked about the visual aspect,
Uh-huh.
and you mentioned like the other senses, sound, touch, smell.
Yeah.
But are there like other ways that nature might be affecting us that we haven't even discovered yet?
Oh, I think that's a safe bet.
Mhm.
I mean, this study is just a starting point.
Right.
It focused on a very specific type of pain, those
Yeah.
little electric shocks.
Yeah.
But what about other kinds of pain? Chronic pain, emotional pain, could nature play a role there too?
It would be fascinating to see more research on that. I know for me personally, being in nature definitely helps me manage stress and anxiety. Like it has this calming, grounding effect.
Yeah, and that anecdotal experience is actually backed up by quite a bit of research.
Oh, really?
There have been studies showing that spending time in nature can lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol, reduce blood pressure, and even improve sleep quality.
So it's not just about pain relief. It's like overall well-being. It's like nature provides this whole toolkit for a healthier, happier life.
Exactly. And one of the most interesting things about this connection between nature and well-being is that it seems to be something we're born with. Like, it's hardwired into our DNA.
You mean like an evolutionary thing?
Precisely.
Uh-huh.
Think about it. For most of human history, we lived in close contact with nature.
Right.
It was our home, our source of food, our medicine.
Yeah.
It makes sense that we would have evolved to thrive in natural environments.
That makes a lot of sense. So maybe this disconnect from nature that so many of us experience in modern life is actually contributing to some of the health problems we see today.
I think that's a very real possibility.
Yeah.
We've created these artificial environments for ourselves. Concrete jungles, constant screen time, artificial light,
Right.
and our bodies and minds are paying the price.
So what can we do about it?
Right.
I mean, it's not like we can all just pack up and move to a cabin in the woods.
That's true. But even small changes can make a difference, like just being intentional about incorporating nature into our daily lives.
Okay.
It could be as simple as taking a walk in the park during your lunch break, adding some plants to your home or office, or even just making an effort to look out the window and appreciate the view.
Those are all great suggestions. I'm definitely going to try to be more mindful about that.
Yeah,
And hopefully, as more research like this study comes out, it'll encourage more people to prioritize nature and
I,
make those changes.
I hope so too. I mean, this research is a powerful reminder that nature isn't just something nice to have,
Right.
it's essential for our physical and mental well-being.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive. But before we go, I want to leave our listener with one final thought. We've been talking about this incredible power of nature to heal and restore.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to remember that nature is a source of wonder, inspiration, and joy.
Beautifully said. Nature invites us to slow down, to observe, to connect with something larger than ourselves.
Yes.
It's a reminder that there's beauty and magic all around us if we just take the time to notice.
So to our listener, we encourage you to get out there and experience that wonder for yourself. Explore a new hiking trail, listen to the birds singing, watch the sunset, whatever brings you joy and connection.
And remember, even just a few minutes of connecting with nature can make a world of difference.
That's all for this deep dive. We'll see you next time, ready to explore another fascinating corner of knowledge.